Hey, it's Jason from Bohemia Bees here on the eastern shore of Maryland. I am en route to get a swarm that a customer has called about. It is a small swarm and it is raining. So we're going to rush over and try to get this swarm before they get too soaked and potentially drowned in all the rain. Typically, we had a lot of rain here on the eastern shore of Maryland this past week, probably last 2 weeks. It's at the middle of April, so definitely April showers. And we had a nice sunny warm day yesterday, and the trigger for most swarms to try to get out and locate a new home. The location in which we are headed towards is a known location, only that there is a very difficult cutout colony that has been residing in a brick wall. And we'll show you when we get there that we've already been there to inspect this location once, and we've asked the client that we would be happy to remove the existing swarm or existing colony in the side of the building. The only issue would be that they would need to provide the scaffolding and or way for us to get up and perform the action. We might have to do a trap out, we might have to do a cutout from the inside, but that's a later video. Today's video is, it appears that the colony has gotten big enough now that it's swarmed out of the cavity, and it's got a cluster of bees here on the railing. You'll see here shortly. So we're heading on over and we'll show you what we find. Hopefully the bees are not too wet and drowned, and we can get them in a box, get them back to the apiary and save the bees. So stay tuned. Hey, Jason for Bohemia Bees. We're here on site. We're going to go ahead and remove these cluster of bees that have surrounded the bottom of a rail, and try to get them into this box down here. And we're going to set up a tarp to try to get them to slide down in, but I'm going to brush them in on a frame as well. But I don't want them to start to get riled up, so. So bees are very docile. They don't actually won't sting you when they're in the state because they don't have a home. So you could actually touch the swarm or put your finger in the swarm and they won't sting you. Okay? Because they don't have anything to defend. So they're not really dangerous at this point. So if you have a swarm, don't panic. Just don't spray them and call a beekeeper and we'll come get them. We're going to give them a home. Okay, we'll let that settle down a little bit and then come back and get any of the ones that remain. I think we've got the queen in the box because they're fanning up top here, and that's a sign to the other colony to come this direction. So we're hopeful that we got her. She may still be up in there. There's a lot of bees that are still clustering back on the original spot. They tend to leave a residual pheromone in the spot where they were. So yeah, there's still some bees up underneath there. I'm gonna let them calm down for a minute, see if we can get them to go inside the colony. And now I'm just kind of looking for a queen to see if I can grab the queen, because they'll center around her. Alright, bee people, I've got my queen in the cage now. She is in there. I'm going to set her right here and try to get the rest of these bees to get down here and cluster around her. Okay, so we've got our queen as we mentioned, and it's raining again. So now we are just trying to let the bees do their business and cluster up on the queen. We still have some bees underneath that little ledge there, and you can see they're parading up and getting up to the frame with the queen on it. I'm going to let them do that for a few minutes, and then we shouldn't have many left. So that we can pick that frame right up and put it right in the box. All right, so we've got our swarm captured. You can see there's still a few remaining bees flying around. They'll make it back to their original colony and be okay, but we got the queen, we got about 5 pounds of bees. It's a pretty big swarm, so we're done for the day. And hopefully we can rehome these back in the apiary and give them a new home. Doing what we can do to save the bees, so thanks for watching. Okay, so this is now day 2 after we've captured our swarm. We have our queen and our clip. We're going to go ahead and release her back into the population of bees. There she goes. Okay, and one thing you want to be sure to do after you catch a swarm is to feed them a little bit. Just gives them another reason to stay behind and not abscond. So we have our colony. We're going to put it back together and let them be. Do some orientation flights and get settled into the apiary. So appreciate everyone watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like us on Facebook. Make sure you hit the alerts button so you get notified when we do a new video, because we always try to do a video a week here at the Bohemia apiary. Appreciate everyone's support and enjoy watching the bees.